So Planica sending the 4 jumpers down to check for the second jump. The best 35 to go in reverse order. And this is Sylvan Freiholz. Looking to improve on his first round effort of 108.5 meters. Better timing and better distance. That's over the critical point, 121 meters in terms of distance, and much better. 18s across the board, 18.5 there from the middle Slovenian judge, sets the pace. So the 16-year-old now, Nicolas Desum, at 108.5 meters, so exactly the same distance as Freiholz in the first jump. It's not going to be as good this time. No, not as far by any means. Over 110 though, but neither the distance nor the style as good as he was looking for. But he is into the World Cup with a vengeance. This is first World Cup weekend, and he's really jumped with credit and justified his coach's faith in putting him into the World Cup group. Sven Hannevald for Germany. That was just about the same. He jumped 109 on the first round. 108. Well, that's going to keep him below Desum and below Freiholz. Slažeko for Slovakia, or Slovak Republic. So again, another man who gets a very similar second jump to his first. The crowd a little subdued at the moment, just waiting for the better jumpers to come, as they will do shortly. Hans-Jörg Jackel. And Jackel with more than 110 meters, but 114.5. I suppose that's fair enough. That's an improvement. But it still keeps him behind Freiholz, who has the early lead in this second round, thanks to that big, long 120-meter jump, 121-meter jump. So now Staffan Thalberg, 109 meters in the first round. Considering the best were jumping well in excess of 125 to 130 meters, these men need monster jumps if they were to move up the order. Not really. One wonders where the Swedish ski jumpers are going to find their inspiration from. Look at that for style. 25% of the marks lost, and pretty good unanimity amongst the judges there. Tony Nieminen, who's got 8 World Cup victories, but he doesn't look anywhere near that sort of form at the moment. Less than 110 first time. And it's going to be less than 110 meters the second time, I fancy. Already unwrapping the gloves and the sleeves. 108. Not an auspicious opening to his World Cup campaign. Style marks are decent, but the distance really letting him down. Now Björn Meibakken. Meibakken. Well, he managed 110 meters in the first effort. And the body not quite straight there. That looked just about the same mark there. Style 17.5s and 18s, in fact just a little bit less than the first jump. So only third at the moment in the ranking. The points there, the total 95 just for this second jump, but the position indicating his overall position at this moment. Now Naoki Yasuzaki. 111, the first effort. And that, by his standards, disappointing. And that didn't really work either. That's barely 100 meters. Not an elegant jump. Timing wrong off the end of the in-run. 100.5. So a long way to go in this second and decisive jump. Join us for that after these messages. The bearded Didier Mollard. 118 meters, first effort. Mollard. 7th yesterday. And that's really not going to advance his cause too much. It's a bit longer maybe than the first round. But when you've got the likes of Kasai putting in 128-meter jumps, that's the result. Kasai's moved up a long way, and Mollard with the stronger jumpers to come, although that's decent. The competition very hot. Now Christoph Dufner. No real show in the World Championships on the big hill. Dufner, that's less than his first round distance. About 115 meters for the German. 116 in fact. And he the 10th best after the first round of jumping. So now we're getting to the men who have the major chance of winning this first big hill of the season. Here's Robert Meglic for Slovenia. Could it be his day? No, I don't think it is. cheers to groans. 120 meters, but he's well short of that this time. Nonetheless, it's a decent day's work for him. He's got very little experience at this high level. He'll be naturally disappointed. Well, there's a discrepancy, isn't there? One of the judges from host country giving him 19, but 110 meters, it pushes him down. Now, Dluhos for the Czech Republic will be the next man to jump. Plenty of experience. Very good first jump effort. For the left hand, all the skis scissored there as well. Two-footed on landing. They're not going to like that for style. Short on distance, 114 exactly. And 17's 18 and a half, the highest I can see. Not a very attractive or effective jump for him. Now Okabe for Japan, exactly on the critical point, so he got 60 points for distance last time. And Okabe got good marks for style, 4.19s. And remember, it's Kasai at the moment, his teammate, who's in the lead. They really have nailed this position along the skis. The landing wasn't as good as Kasai's, and the distance nowhere near as great. It's over 120. Don't know why the crowd are quiet, because that's exceeded the critical point. 121.5 gives Japan a 1-2. Now, Czech Republic. Sakala knows he's in a battle here. The Japanese have made certain of that. Sakala 6 after the first jump with 121 meters, all very tight and close together for this 24-year-old who was third and second in the 2 World Championship jumps. It's not going to be enough. Not quite 120 meters. And the world silver medalist on the big hill, who finished 4th and just off the podium, I think he's going to miss out again today. He's 3rd at the moment. So it's Kasai from Okabe. Sakala goes 3rd. But there's 5 men still to jump, and here's yet another of the Japanese squad, Yinya Nishikata, 123 meters. Nice, steady, confident position on the in run. Gets the position immediately, little bend in the body, but that's great. That is another long jump from them. 120, it's got to be very close to Kasai's. Kasai was given 129, 128, so it's all about style. Remember, he had the much longer first round jump, so he should get the lead. The style not as good as Kasai. Kasai had 19s and 19 and a halves, but he gets this position very quickly in one continuous extended movement. Lovely position. Look how still everything is. But look at those, well, the 17 and a half will go, at least one of them. But by virtue of that and his first round performance, Japan now, would you believe it, are 1, 2, and 3. It's Nishikata from Kasai, Okabe, and Sakala is off the podium. Now, Lasse Ottosson. Great jump the first time, 125 meters. Only 19. He's been second. He's yet to win a World Cup. Needs a long one. Very different style. Look at the arms away from the body. He hasn't got it. You'd think he'd be more aerodynamic with the arms tight to his side. And that's well below, yes, 114 meters. 2 and 2.5 points lost. Didn't like the landing, as you see. And moves down out of the podium positions. Still the Japanese. He's below, I should say, Otterson just drops below Sakala. So now the best three from the first jump to go. Espen Bredesen, Norway, winner 24 hours, looking for a double. Very much the man to beat at this moment. And looking for another 100 World Cup points. Trims a little, skis beautifully parallel. That's two-footed, but it's long. And he knows it. That is over 130 meters. That is the longest jump so far on this hill today. That's 133 meters. 13 meters over the critical point. Japanese must have been thinking it was their day. They didn't count on this man. Correct. Look how steady those skis are there, even in flight. The style marks are terrific. And that's the lead. So Bredesen takes a useful lead. It's almost 20 points ahead of the three Japanese, and it's Okabe who loses his podium position. And here's Weißflog. Well, he had the longest distance with the man who follows him. This is going to be oh, it's enormous. That is enormous. Well, I thought 133 was long and 140 was impossible, but Weißflog hasn't got 140. 136 meters. Brilliant. Jens Weißflog, the winner here in 89, and surely that's long enough to take the lead. Now, what are they going to do with the style? Because I've not been impressed with the way they've marked him yesterday, or indeed in the first jump. Really gets an explosion off the end of the in run. There's a little movement, and that's more like it. Watch for the landing. Yeah, almost gets the knee for the telemark, and he has the lead now. Andreas Goldberger, the champion of last season, equal on points, equal on distance, better in style than Weißflog. Going for the long one, going. It's long. It's long by Goldberger. But is it good enough? He pumps his hand in the air. It's well over 130. It's about the same as Bredesen, I'd say. So it's about distance and style. He had the better of the style in the first round. 133.5. So that's 2.5 meters shorter. But Jens Weißflog has got good style on this second jump. And Goldberger has got 19.5. He's got a 20 from the Austrian judge. There's patriotism for you, or whatever you like to call it, but it's not good enough. Weißflog has got it. 136 meters, has done what he was looking for, and Germany get their first victory of this new World Cup season. That for Weißflog is his first win since December 1991. Here it is, a chance to look at it again. Win number 22. Very focused. Now watch the moment of timing and explosion as he straightens up. That was perfection. Only the landing could you really be critical about. But he got the flight. And he's got 100 World Cup points in this his last World Cup season. He said whatever happens after the Olympics, after this World Cup next March, so you can be sure that his commitment is going to be absolutely 100% right the way through to the end of March. Senses this absolutely perfectly. Slovenian judge marking him 18.5, as did the Austrian, but a couple of 19s in there, making sure that he gets his World Cup victory. So Weißflog wins the day ahead of Goldberger, who finished third 24 hours ago. Bredesen, yesterday's winner, in third place. But look at those Japanese there, 3 of them in the first 8. When it comes to the Olympics, they're going to be right amongst it. Ottesen, another name to note, ahead of Mollard, who's steady for the French. Then Lukasloy, another Norwegian for the notebook. Chekon coming back to form. So that's the story from Planica. I hope you've enjoyed it. For myself, David Goldstream.